You ready to go camping? You ready to go on a road trip? Yes? Yeah? Yep. You want some fun? Okay, all right. Awesome. I'm not believing this truck pulling this humongous trailer is passing me. He's going about 80 miles an hour. Unbelievable. I'm going 75 and he is flying by me. So I'm guessing he's going 80 miles an hour. So for him to be driving that fast is just irresponsible in my opinion. And we all know I'm such an expert on driving. Just kidding. I've made another stop because the view is spectacular. We're about 20 miles outside of Klamath Falls, Kamath. It's a city, but on our way here, again, about 22 miles away, I came across this. So get ready. Where are you going? You gonna sit there or are you going down to your bed? That's his bed where he's been laying all day while we've been traveling. All right, last look at the beautiful Klamath Falls. Boy, I'm happy I got that in today. I didn't know if I was going to see a waterfall or not, but hey everybody, good morning. So today is Tuesday, and last night was not a great night, but it ended up good. So here's what happened. We parked, meaning Jake and I. We drove all day yesterday. So we were just 2 hours outside of our destination, and I stopped for the night, and I stopped at a Pilot gas station. Now, it was in a town, and it wasn't on one of the exits like you usually see. Stopped at a Pilot gas station. Now, it was in a town, and it wasn't on one of the exits like you usually see, because I do a lot of stopping just on the road overnight at Pilot, as well as Love's and that AF or TF, whatever it is. Anyhow, any of these truck centers are always very welcoming to people in their cars, their vans, and then big semis as well. The cars, they have signs usually posted, park over here, and the trucks over there. Never had a problem. So last night at 4:45 p.m., I pulled in, went and got something inside, went to the bathroom, came back out, parked my car, and Jake and I went down for the night. And at 10 o'clock at night, we get the customary knock on the door, but it's more like that. It's not a knock, it's a pound. I go to the window, and there's a woman who thinks she's boss hog. That's how she acted. And basically told me to get out of there. I am not allowed to park there. And I said, but I've always parked at Pilots when I'm stopping for the night. I've never had a problem. She said, we allow trucks to park here, semi-trucks. You are not a truck or a semi-truck. Wow. So I get up, we get up and we get out of there, and I'm just livid. I see a Chevron gas station, and I pull up there, and I see a young guy who's working there, and I just asked him, I said, I am wiped out, exhausted. I've been driving all day, is there any way I could park over there where you've got designated parking spots for people, for customers? Can I just park the night so I can get some sleep? And he said, well, we're not usually allowed to because they have no parking overnight signs over there. Cars will be towed away. I said, I'm desperate, or I wouldn't ask. And he said, what time would you be out by? How long do you need? And I said, morning. And he said, 5:15. Can you be out by 5:15? Because my boss comes in a little bit later and I don't want to get in trouble. And I said, you know what? I'll be out before 5:15. And so he thanked me and I thanked him, and Jake and I went to bed. I set my alarm for 4:45, and we were up. The alarm went off. I got everything ready, and Jake and I took off at 5 o'clock because I didn't want to get that young man in trouble. So as we're pulling around, I saw him and I opened my window and waved, and I said, thank you so much. That meant the world to me, and I needed that. Now I feel great. And he said, you know, the usual, well, you're welcome and good luck, be safe. So we did. We went on our way. Just up the road, there are some homeless people, and I got nothing against homeless people because I'm homeless living in my van. There's homeless people laying on the sidewalks, covered up in their blankets. It was in the 40s last night. And all their bags and a cart and whatnot. And they're out there in the middle of everywhere on the sidewalk on a main street, just sleeping because they've got nowhere to go also. Does anybody bother them? No. I see this all the time. I'll see homeless people sleeping on the sidewalks, in alleys, in front of stores, McDonald's, you name it, I see it. And they're never bothered. But God forbid me and my van pull into a place and the cops can't handle it. I don't know what the deal is. I know there's ordinances, but they're always mean. I mean, usually the cops will knock on my doors at 2:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, wake me up, and they're nasty about it. Well, this lady was nasty about it, definitely, at Pilots. Not friendly at all, not apologetic to wake you, blah, blah, blah. Just tell me basically to get the hell out of there. So I did. And we slept at Chevron. It turned out to be great. And now we're on our way for our 5th day. And we're 2 hours now outside of Crescent City. I chose Crescent City because in that area there's a lot of things to see, like some caves and whatnot. And I thought that would be fun, depending upon the price, because I'm running low now at the end of the month. Well, it's almost the end of the month. For me, it's the end of the month. But gas is so expensive out here, I have to watch every penny. So I probably am not going to be able to sightsee until payday, as far as sightsee somewhere that is going to cost me money. But my intention is Redwood National Forest, National Park. So that's where we're headed after arriving at Crescent City.